Hello and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, James Dunn. On the show today, meet some of the local talent you could see at Crufts this year. And engineering, is it just for boys? I meet two of the people here to prove that it's not. But first, here's Erica Barker with the news headlines.
Hello, the headlines today. An investigation is underway after a serious assault in Grimsby and lead thieves target 15 homes on one street in Anlaby. But first, people in North East Lincolnshire are invited to give their views on the draft local flood risk management strategy during a 7-week consultation which starts this week. The Council's Regeneration Services Partnership say they're keen for people to give their feedback on the document, which is available online. The strategy explains how flood risks will be managed across the borough, with one of the key aims being to make sure households and businesses are aware of the risks so they can help prepare and protect themselves from flooding. The number of young people in Hull not in employment, education or training has fallen by almost half since last year. That's according to a final progress report published by Hull City Council. The 2013-14 target of 8% has been surpassed, with the figures now standing at 5.7%. That's 519 16 to 18-year-olds falling into the NEET category. An investigation is currently underway in connection with a serious assault which took place on Macaulay Street in Grimsby. Police received a call from the ambulance service at around 2:20 yesterday morning. A male thought to be 16 received injuries to his hand, head and back and remains in hospital in what is believed to be a critical but stable condition. Inquiries are currently underway to establish the circumstances surrounding the incident. Lead thieves stripped 15 homes in Anlaby all in one night. On Thursday the 27th of February, the properties along Wolferton Road in Hull were targeted. Lead flashing, which keeps tiles watertight, was either taken or damaged from front bay windows or doors. Police say they're currently contacting scrap dealers as investigations continue to catch the culprits and are urging people who may have seen anything suspicious to get in touch. 5 crossing patrol officers are needed to make crossing the road safer in high priority areas across North East Lincolnshire. That's according to North East Lincolnshire Council. There are currently 50 former posts in the area which are no longer manned, including one on Grimsby Road where a lollipop lady was killed while working 11 years ago. But most of these posts are unfilled because of a change in circumstances due to fewer pedestrians or pelican crossings being put in place. Some have not been manned for more than 25 years. 5 new crossing patrol officers have recently been hired in areas such as Wymbers Wood and Waltham, but posts are available in Hainton Avenue, Ladysmith Road and Strand Street in Grimsby, Immingham's Sackville area and Isaacs Hill in Cleethorpes. The role takes half an hour twice a day, and the Highways and Transport Department admits it's not particularly well paid, but there are other rewards.
It's not particularly well paid job, but it's great job satisfaction. Seeing people safely across the road, being a part of the community, it sees them giving something back to the community as well. It's not just their children that are crossing, it's our children, it's our members of the family. And the rapport that they build up within their community and their charges is absolutely fantastic.
A woman has been arrested after police discovered a cannabis farm in Scunthorpe. At around 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, officers attended a property on Grosvenor Street where they found a number of illegal cannabis plants. The woman is now in police custody. 70 students pulled on their hiking boots to trek from Louth to Grimsby, all in the name of charity. The uniformed services students completed the 20k walk with 20 pounds of weight on their backs. However, some managed to run it. It was all done to raise money for Waltham woman Deborah McNaughton, who has terminal cancer and is looking to raise £3,000 for surgery to prolong her life.
It was really hard. It was easy at first, and then you get past the first few checkpoints, and everyone's got blisters and cramp and stuff like that. But you just pull each other through it, and it's all right. It was enjoyable towards the end.
Well, I feel really tired, but enthusiastic. I've loved that I've done it. It's been a great experience, and with all that weight on the back and all, it's just pounded the legs. But it's all for the good cause, isn't it?
Tired. Yeah, very tired. work together as a team, and it's rewarding, really.
For a good cause, so finished it strong.
It was quite hard. I mean, to start off with, we just did jogs and walks.
That's all from me. Until next time, goodbye.
Now, Britain is a dog-loving nation, so it's no surprise that thousands of dog lovers, owners and enthusiasts headed to Birmingham's NEC for one of the world's most prestigious dog shows in the world, Crufts. It opened today with all its usual fanfare, and dogs of all shapes and sizes will be on show from every corner of the country, including our own. So if you want a little preview of what our area has to offer, here's 3 local owners and, of course, the stars of the show, Magic, Joe and Solly.
Hello, I'm Ed and I'm showing Joe in Rottweiler Dog at Crufts. Well, Joe's in 2 classes at Crufts. He's in Rottweiler Dog Middle Limit and he's also in Rottweiler Dog Good Citizen because he's got a gold Good Citizen award. He's eligible to enter that class as well. So he's in 2 classes. Yeah, he's a nice dog, yeah, but he's up against, you know, lots and lots of dogs that have done a lot of win and some that are champions, and so we've got to be realistic. But yeah, if he has, our main thing is if he shows well and he enjoys it, that's the main thing that we're interested in. If he wins, that's a bonus. But there are 5 places so in each class, so hopefully he'll get one.
My name's Karen and I'm taking Solly to Crufts, who's an 11-month-old bearded collie. Because he's only 11 months old, he'll go into a special puppy class that's for dogs up to 14 months old. There'll just be dogs in there, and there'll probably be about 20 other puppies, so they're quite big classes. Oh, if he keeps his feet on the ground and behaves himself, he's in with a chance like all the others, really. You just never know until you get there. The look of the draw.
My name's Lydia Smith and I'm showing Magic. In the grooming competition, Groomer of the Year, I'm in Heel Wet to Music and I'm in Obedience. Well, I've been going to Crufts since I was 12 years old. I won my start as Obedience in 2007. I've had lots of places in the Heel Wet to Music, came second to Ashley and Pudley twice in 2 years, okay. And I've never done a grooming one, this is my first time. And my Obedience, I've been doing that as well. And I won the Rebecca Pointer Award last year. I never go in with high expectations, I just go in knowing that my dog, I love her to pieces, so I'm not really fussed what I do.
Over the last few weeks, there's been no shortage of debate on equal opportunities for women. There's been talk of all-female shortlists in politics, and just this week, the Business Secretary backed calls for shortlists to get more women into FTSE company boardrooms. But here in the Humber region, local companies are making attempts to get more women into engineering. Some believe it has traditionally been seen as a job for men. But here with me today, I have Nina Stobart and Delith Williams from Phillips 66 to talk about why engineering is great for women too. Hello, Nina and Delith.
Hi.
Nice to have you here today.
Thanks for inviting us.
So, first of all, I mean, is there a problem with the number of women in engineers as a percentage?
In the UK, without doubt, there's a problem. There's a global problem, but particularly we've got the lowest percentages in Europe. So girls going into university at the moment are just 12%, and from the 12% that even study an engineering course, only 9% of those progress to a career in engineering, and it's the same with engineering apprentices.
And do you have any idea about what's that like in the region?
I don't, I'm afraid.
No.
It's a UK figure.
But you do have women in the region that do go into engineering, and Delith, you're one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what's your title?
So I'm a chemical engineer. I've been working at Phillips 66 for close to 10 years now. So I'm not originally from this area. I came up from South Wales.
That's an industrial area as well.
It is quite an industrial area, and where I grew up, I was fairly close to some, not the heavy refineries, but more the chemical industry side of things.
And how did you end up getting into it?
I was very fortunate, and similar to the engineering day that we're putting on this weekend, I was invited to attend one of those days. I went along, and it was all very hands-on and trying to introduce you to all the different types of engineering. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was fortunate to have some good careers advisors who put me in touch with this day. They recognised that I was good at science and maths and thought, well, have you thought about engineering? And the rest is history.
And
so
they're the building blocks, are they? Science and maths?
Yes, definitely. If you're good at science, if you're good at maths, and engineering is a really, really good career option that you can take. It's normally if you're good at science, good at maths, you typically think of maybe medicine or veterinary science, but engineering is a really good option as well if you don't want to go down that route.
So why do you think it is seen as a bit of a man's career in some way? Is that the case?
Yeah, I think the main issue in the UK is that engineering is tagged on to all manner of different jobs. So, you know, the number of times people have said to me, oh, you like to fix cars. I haven't got a clue how to fix a car, I've got to be honest.
Nor have I.
No, so I think the main problem is engineers, you get tagged along to all manner of different things. So people tend to be put off by it because they think of it being oily, greasy, hands-on type of repair work. That is nothing like the job I do or the job that most engineers do. Certainly not chemical engineering. My job is very technical, office-based. It does spend some time out on the refinery, definitely, but certainly not with the spanners and fixing things in that respect. So I think that's probably one of the key issues that people are put off by it, by the title and the way that the British people think of what an engineer actually is.
So do you think, in some ways, what you do is actually quite academic? Do you think that there isn't enough prestige attached to the title?
Yeah, I think there is. You go to anywhere outside of the UK, and if you say you're an engineer, you get the same, sort of raised eyebrows that you would if you said you were a doctor or you were a vet. Whereas, yeah, in the UK, I think people don't think of it as being a particularly academic subject, where it is a very academic subject. It's very difficult, I won't lie about that. You've got to be hard-working, you've got to have that mathematical brain and a scientific brain. But if you've got those skills, then it's a fantastic job.
And I know we're British, and it's rude to ask, but for the girls who are listening to what you're saying right now, I'm going to have to. What are the salaries like?
The salaries are very, very good. You know, certainly in the oil and gas industry, I think our starting salaries are the late 20 or 30,000 pound starting salary, which is superb. And typically the pay rises every year if you perform well are also very, very good. So you can be looking as you develop through your career, you could be into six-figure type of salaries if you're very good at what you do. So there is no ceiling if you're good at what you're doing with an engineer role.
And is it a male-dominated workplace? How is it working where you do?
Massively. We're pretty good at Phillips 66. We have a lot of female engineers, but yeah, we're still massively in the minority. And certainly when I did my degree, there was about 2 or 3 females who did my course on my year. So it's still massively male-dominated, but the females are trying to edge their way in there. And like I say, we just need to encourage more females to get into it.
So Nina, what's your title with Phillips 66?
I'm not an engineer.
No.
I look after external affairs.
And one of the things that you are trying to do, and tell me a little bit about the event that you've got this weekend, which is basically a sign of the company trying to encourage women to get involved.
Absolutely. Initially we heard of an event on the North Bank in Hull, a Girls into Engineering event. And a few staff mentioned it and said, is there anything over this side, or is it transport if we've got children interested? And there wasn't, so we thought, well, let's put one on over this side of the river.
And you've had interest from all over the country, haven't you, for this event?
Absolutely. I mean, the girls that are coming to attend are coming from schools from Louth to Caister to Hull to Beverley, but we've also had inquiries from East Norfolk College, we've had inquiries from schools in Pontefract, so it highlights the need, and that there are some girls out there that really do enjoy STEM subjects and are keen to find out more about engineering.
And they do well in them as well, don't they?
Absolutely. At GCSE level, they do outperform the boys, but for some unknown reason, they drop off.
In those later years.
We need to highlight that the career is available. Even just explaining what an engineer is, rather than, they might think a TV engineer comes and fits your satellite dish. Well, that's not how we would call an engineer, yeah.
And briefly, we're running out of time, but that event, when is it and where is it?
It's this Saturday. It's going to be held at the Catch Centre in Stallingborough. It's a free event to attend. We're virtually full up. We've got 50 girls signed on already, which is superb. 10 a.m. till 2.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for coming in, both of you ladies. It was good to hear about what it is you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now don't forget that if you have any news or views that you'd like to share with us, call us on Grimsby 315561, visit our Facebook page or tweet us at Estuary TV, or email us on news@estuary.tv. That's all from me for now. We'll see you next time.